We're going to start on our back today, and just to give you a bit of a, well, as I said earlier, we need a strap or a stretch band for towards the end. We'll be using that for leg stretching. I believe today I'm going to do everything on the floor. I might change next week, but this week to get us started in a nice smooth and relaxing yoga, we'll be doing all the stretches on the mat. So this is for all levels. Everyone can do this. If you feel like you want to have a block, you have a block, you can bring a block in, or a blanket or a towel for your knees if you have a knee problem when you're on your knees on the mat. And I'll give you, if some of the poses are a little challenging, I don't believe they'll be challenging, but if you have like a knee problem or something, I will give you some options, or hip problem. All right. So just lie on your back in what we call a corpse or rest pose. Making sure that the whole back is nice and set on the mat, that there is no space here on the small of the back in between. If you prefer to have something under your knees, a pillow or something, to make it easier for you to just get down on that mat, you can do that. And let's bring our arms on either side of the body with the palms up comfortably apart from the body, as well as the legs are comfortably apart. And we're letting our feet flop to the side. Closing our eyes and breathing through the nose, clearing our thoughts. And just be here in the moment, ready for the practice. This is your time. And this class is designed to relieve tension, discomfort. So we're just going to take it easy today and just enjoy the practice. Taking deep breaths through the nose, in and out. And again, no thoughts, just being here in the moment and concentrating on our breath. Relaxing the body into the mat. Into the earth. We're going to start wiggling our toes. And then we're going to extend our arms towards the back of the room, overhead, and give ourselves a deep, long stretch. Pointing our toes towards the front of the room and reaching our fingertips towards the back. Exhale. And then bring your arms back. And bringing your feet up one at a time, close to your hips. And then bringing them up into your chest. Let's place our hands onto our shins and give ourselves a hug. Pressing down onto the shins and aiming those knees towards the shoulders. Breathing. And let's massage the back, rolling side to side. Gently massaging the back. Breathing. Never losing sight of that breath. That's what keeps us going. That's what feeds our body. And then letting the feet go down. Extending the legs one more time. We're going to bring the left knee to the chest this time. Flexing the feet, both feet, so our right foot is flexed on the mat. And bringing that left knee towards the left shoulder. And pressing it towards the chest and aiming towards the shoulder. And we're going to let go. And then we're going to bring that right knee. Flexing both feet. aiming that knee towards the shoulder. And now we're going to keep switching at our own pace, following our breath. Opposite knee. One leg down, and then one knee towards the shoulder. And we're going to keep switching, inhaling, exhaling as we switch. Inhaling in as we bring it in, exhaling. And keep going, following your breath. Each breath, each movement. Inhale as you bring it in, exhale as you place it down. A little faster. And let's bring our knees in one last time, both knees towards the shoulders. Hands on shins, and then let's extend those legs up to the sky and placing our arms down to the sides with the palms down, pointing the feet. And we are going to flex and point, both feet, flex and point. Again, at your own pace, stretching our ankles, our calves, our toes, flexing and pointing, following our breath again. And we're going to point, and let's circle the right foot at the ankle, circling, clockwise 6 times. And then once you finish, counterclockwise 6 times. Giving a nice stretch on the ankle, the foot. And left foot circling clockwise 6 times. And counterclockwise. And bend those knees, bring the knees to shoulders again. Massage your back, side to side. And placing the feet down. We're going to do a bridge flow here. So what we're going to be doing is bringing our feet close to our hips, with leaving a space in between the knees and the feet, but close together but not touching. And we're going to bring those arms to the side, palms down, making sure again the whole back is touching that mat. And we're going to take a deep inhale and go into our bridge slowly. So lifting the hips, the low back, mid back, and then we're going to get on top of those shoulder blades and stretch up so we can feel our glutes and our quads squeezing, doing the work, and lifting us up as we push into those arms into the mat and breathe in bridge. This is excellent for your low back. If you have any back problem, this is a great stretch. So chin is kind of down into chest. And we're going to exhale slowly down, bringing the bridge down again, slowly bringing low back and then hips down. Adjusting our pose here, making sure again everything's touching down. We're going to do the flow now. So we're going to come up in our bridge again, inhaling. And as we exhale, We're going to bring our arms up to the sky as we bring the hips down, and then we're going to, once we're all down, those arms are going to go all the way back. And as we inhale, arms are coming up again as the hips lift to the sky. And the arms comes down, the palms down, and squeeze it up. Exhale down, arms up, the hips down, arms back. And inhale, arms up and palms down. Bring it all the way up. Let's do three more at your own pace. Exhaling down, inhaling up. Following your breath. Taking your time, savoring all the benefits, and noting where there's maybe some tension or discomfort and releasing that, breathing into it. And so we're going to leave it up and then bring it down gently. Give yourself a hug again. Knees to chest. And bring your feet down. We're going to do some gentle abs. Yoga abs just to warm up. We're in the process of still kind of warming up the body, each part. So we're just going to warm up our core and bring our hands on either side of the head. Elbows to side. And just bring ourselves up. Inhaling. Exhale. So just keep going up and down, leaving a bit of a space between the chin and the chest now. So looking up as you come up, unless it hurts your neck or your shoulders, then bring that chin into the chest. So just see how you feel. Making sure you keep the breath going. Just warming up that core and making us aware of the core. Because in yoga, the core is used to balance, keep our balance, our strength. Everything is aligned and the core is strong. And two more. And bring it all the way down. All right, so we're going to come up. So we're going to roll to our side. You can roll towards me. And then slowly push ourselves up. And we're going to turn around, bring ourselves into table. And then bringing the knees slightly apart and bringing those big toes together. We're going to sink into our child pose. Now, if this is too hard on your knees, you can leave those hips up in puppy pose, bring the elbows to the side, stack your hands and place your forehead down into the hands, the back of the hands. Or bring the hips all the way back, sitting back, extending your arms long and your head down. Stretching in child. Now this is a great pose to do when you first wake up in the morning and you feel a little stiff. This is the greatest pose. Or even before you go to sleep at night. You can do that on your bed. So we're going to do a little bit of a child or puppy series, if you will. So we're going to bring our arms to the side and then back, and we're going to hug our legs and place our fingertips onto the sole of our feet. Just relaxing into it. And breathing. And then we're going to interlace our fingers together. Joining our hands and resting the arms onto the back. And then we're going to make the arms long, pushing the shoulders down and back. And then we're going to raise those arms up, squeezing those shoulder blades together and bringing the arms all the way up, reaching for the ceiling or the sky. And breathing. And slowly bring it down. Exhale. It's okay to hear yourself exhaling. It feels great to let that go. Then extend your arms again in child, forward or puppy. And we're going to walk that child to the right, walking our arms and resting our chest onto the right thigh, aiming for the right corner of the room. And again, if you're in puppy, you can totally do that in puppy as well. With the little hips up. And we are going to walk those arms back to center, slowly. Exhale. And then we're going to walk it to the other side, taking an inhale. To the left, over the left thigh, reaching towards the left corner. Slowly come back to center. Exhale. And then slowly come up. This is called hero pose. But if you cannot be on your heels like this or it hurts your knees, you can put a block or a blanket or a pillow here underneath. But we're not going to stay here very long. We're going to go right into our table pose. So the knees are under the hips, slightly apart, and arms are under shoulders, spreading our fingers wide. If this hurts your wrist, you have a wrist problem, you can get onto your knuckles. All right. And we're going to do cat-cow here. Inhaling here in neutral pose in table. Exhaling in cat. So we'll round the back and bring the tummy towards the spine. And the head goes down and chin to chest. We push into the hands, into the mat. Exhale. In cow, we're going to be bringing the hips back, tummy down, shoulders down, and away from the ears and head up, crown of the head up. Inhaling. Exhaling, cat. Follow your breath. Don't be shy. This is the best thing you can do for your spine. Keeping it young and active, flexing. Strong spine, flexible spine. Follow your breath and do at your own pace. About 4 more. Just follow your breath. Going from cat to cow, cow to cat. Inhaling to exhale. The yogi says a flexible spine will keep you young. And exhale back to neutral. We're going to do what we call spine balance. So we're going to, let's extend our left leg back. Spine balance. So we're going to roll on those toes and ball the foot back and forth just to loosen up the ankle and foot, back of the leg, warming it up. And then we're going to raise that leg back, as aligning it with our spine, flexing the foot. And the back heel is reaching towards the back wall. And we're going to extend, once we have our balance here, we're going to extend that right arm forward, keeping the head down, reaching those fingertips towards the front of the room as you reach that heel to the back. Let's take a breath here. And exhale down. Same thing on the other side. Let's extend that right leg back and flex back and forth. Rolling onto the ball of the foot. Stretch it. I hope everyone can hear me clearly. At least you can see me. All right. Now we're going to bring that leg, again, aligning it from heel all the way to head. And we're going to, once we got our balance, extend the opposite arm. Reaching those fingertips towards the front and flexing that foot towards the back. Breathing, looking down, keeping that head aligned all the way to the heel. And exhale down. All right. So now we're going to go back and forth. So keep switching with our breath again. Left comes back, left leg comes up, right arm extends front. Inhale, exhale down. And switch. Reach. Exhale down. Inhale. Switch. Really flex that back foot in. Extend those fingertips. Exhaling. We're going to go 2 more times. Follow your breath at your own pace. And last time. And exhale down. And let's go down into child. I'm going to look towards the mat, extend my arms, push. Let's push our legs back and leaving our elbows under the shoulders. We're coming into Sphinx pose. So the feet are close and legs are close together. Elbows on the shoulders. Hands and fingers are nicely spread. And tummy is anchored to the mat and hips. And we're looking to straight forward, pushing those shoulders back and down. And breathing. Again, this is a great pose for your back, mid-back. I once had a chiropractor who was having me read like this for 20 minutes in this pose to relieve my back pain. All right, so this is great. We breathe into it. And let's try not to tense up on our shoulders. Keeping them down away. And then we're going to come down, bringing our elbows to the side and resting our head onto our hands. You can also bring your head to the side. And here, we're going to bring, as you can, I'm going to start with this left side so as you can see. I'm going to bring my left knee 90 degrees here with my hip and my foot 90 degrees with my knee as I'm just resting my head down and just stretching my hip here a little bit. Keeping keeping that tummy down and head resting on your hands. For this, we need to have our head down, center, and we keep breathing. And slowly push it back. And let's come back to Sphinx in between. Again, anchoring our hips down, pushing the shoulders down and back. Looking straight ahead. And then slowly come down again. And let's do the same thing on the other side. Bending that right knee, bringing it level with the hip and knee level with the foot. And breathing. And pushing it back up. And back in Sphinx. Let's bring our knees under our hips. And let's go into puppy pose. So we lift the hips up. The knees are slightly apart, and we bring our forehead down. And I'm just going to give you today an alternate for a pose for some people have problem with downward dog. So if you do downward dog on your elbows, which is called dolphin pose, might be a little easier. So we're going to tuck those toes under here. We're on our elbows. You can join your hands together. And we're going to lift those knees off the mat. This kind of feels good on our back now. Bending it the opposite way. And we still try to bring those heels down as we would do in downward dog. This is about the hardest pose we're going to do today. It brings a nice strength into our arms as well. And of course, we breathe into it. And we're going to bring those knees down and sink in child. All right, we're going to come up on our knees. And let's extend the right leg forward into a knee lunge. So we're going to lunge forward, kind of kneeling into, leaning our tummy into the upper thigh, and bring our arms up, looking towards the sky. Breathing. And then slowly we're going to bring our left hand inside the right foot. We're going to bring our chest towards the right and bring the right arm up to the sky as we look up towards the fingertips. Looking up, breathing. If you are more advanced and you want a little more work, But since we're doing soothing, gentle yoga today, I'm not really I'm asking anyone to do that. It would be to lift the leg off the mat, but today we're doing gentle soothing yoga. All right, and we're going to bring that down, come up, and gently roll on the ball of the foot, straightening the leg. You can place your fingertips on either side. And then we're going to come up again and bring that leg in. Here we're going to do, before we go to the other side, we're going to do a gentle back bend. So we're going to bring our wrist into that low back, pointing those elbows back, and we're just going to gently bend back. So making sure our head is also aligned, and so when we go back, we look up as we bend, making a nice arc, keeping those fists into the low back, pointing the elbows back, breathing. And then gently bring it back up, slowly. We're going to sit here and bend the back on the other side into child. And then coming back, coming onto our knees. Let's extend the left leg forward into our low lunge and reaching up into the leg forward and bring the arms up. Again, wide fingertips, reaching up, arms. If this hurts your neck or shoulder, you can bring the arms further towards the wall, or if you're fine with the pose, then bring arms on either side of the head, but keeping them away from the ears. And breathing. And then bring those arms down. We're going to bring the right hand, the right arm inside the left foot. Turn to the left towards the leg and bring the left arm up, looking up again towards the fingertips. And breathing. And slowly bring it down. Again, now we're going to bring those fingertips back as we roll onto the heel, keeping them on either side of the leg, and then stretching that leg. You can feel it here under the leg, near the knee. If it hurts here anywhere on your knee, like I'm not supposed to be there hurt, not a stretching hurt, then keep the knee bent slightly. And bring the leg back and child. Before we go to, let's bring ourselves back up and do one more back bend. So placing those knuckles, those fists into our low back, pointing those elbows back, and let's come back, lean back, head up into a nice arc, back bend. And slowly come up. All right. I'm gonna face you guys here because I want you to make sure that you follow what I'm doing. And also, before we even start, I'm gonna give you a modification. We'll do a pose called pigeon, which is for your hips. And what I do not want is for people to feel that in their knees. You shouldn't feel any pain in the knees, so I'll give you a modification. So do not do anything for now, because we're gonna get into it a different way. So pigeon, just observe, is this. So you bring the leg to the foot to the side and the knee down. So you try to align that foot with the knee, but it's impossible. Unless you're a master yogi that's been doing it for 50 years. So just bring that foot to the side, knee to the ear to the side. And then we press on that leg down. So here, this is here. You should feel it on your hip. You shouldn't feel it on your knee. If there's a pain, a sharp pain in the knee, then we would do scissors. So you would just bring that hip down to the side. And you can still bring yourself down like this onto the knee. All right? And that will be still, you will still feel that stretch into your hip. All right. So let's get started. On our knees, we're going to bring the right leg forward. Or if you're mirroring me, bring your left. If you're facing me, then bring your leg, left leg forward so that you're on the same side. All right, so we're on that low lunge pose. Fingertips down. And now we're going to inch that foot to the side as we bring the knee down. And again, you can either push back on that leg and stay on top of the hips on top of the leg, or you can just lean to the side and bring the hip down. All right. From here, if that's enough for you, you can stay here. If you have a block or a pillow, you can put it over here in front of you. And as you come down, I'm going to push myself back so you can see. As you come down, you can stay here on your elbows, or you can bring that forehead all the way down to the hands. And again, you can totally do the same thing in that scissors. See, I just lean my hip to the side and drop myself down. So now just release the tension, stay down, and just be aware of maybe some discomfort a little bit, but this is a great stretch for your hip, and you might feel a little twinge there, but this is good. Opening the hip. Just breathe into that sensation. And release the jaw and the face, the shoulders. Just feel it in the hip. And breathe into it. And now we are going to lean into that scissor pose I just explained. So we're just going to go into that hip, let go down, and we're going to bring the opposite leg, that back leg, which is my left leg, forward, or your right leg, whichever it is. And keep that leg folded, and you just bring that foot into the upper thigh, opening the knee to the side again, and extending the leg forward. It can be a little bit to an angle, but not too much. And we're going to, again, keep that foot flexed so we can see what it looks like. And we're going to inhale. So we're going to inhale, and we're going to extend from the waist up, taking a deep inhale to create length. And exhaling, we're going to reach for this. So you can reach for the calf, the ankle, the toes, whatever it is, you can reach. No judgment, no comparison. We just do what we can today. Every day is different. So we're not forcing anything into it. And when we get move forward in our forward bend, we always move from here, from the waist, and we go up and over rather than collapsing and rounding the back over. It doesn't matter how far we go. We want a nice deep stretch. And slowly come up. Now we're going to bring that knee to the side. We're going to bring that up, placing the foot down, hugging the knee. And then we're going to cross that foot over to the other side of the leg, the extended leg. Opposite arm circle the knee, taking it and keeping that front foot flexed. We're going to inhale long, making ourselves long, and exhale. We're going to place hand back, arm back, and make ourselves tall. And exhale, turning back. Breathing. Slowly turn back, uncross, bring both legs down, shake them, and bringing your legs to the side, getting back on your knees. In table, we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So I have the right leg extended, the front. Now I'm doing the left front, and I'm going to go to the side here so you can see a different angle how it's done. All right, so I'm in that low lunge and pushing my shoulders back and down. And then I'm going to inch that foot to the side as I bring the knee down to the side. Once I'm here, I'm going to push that leg, press that back leg down. And again, here you can lean onto the hip or you can stay up depending how you feel. And then just either come to just to the elbow or all the way down if you have a pillow or a block, depending on your ability and flexibility, and also on what you can do today. Let's not force anything. Because the purpose of this is to release tension and discomfort. We don't want to add to it. So whatever we can do today. Yoga is a practice that you have. The more you do it, the better you'll feel, the better you'll get stretch, and you'll achieve more and get more flexible. Everything takes time and patience. And we release tension again in the shoulder blades. Breathing into it. We should only feel it on our hip. We breathe into it. And we lean into our scissors to the side and swing that back leg around. Placing the foot into the inner thigh. So I'm going to come to the front again. Flexing that front foot. Let's inhale and exhale down. Reaching whatever we can, breathing into it, feeling a nice extension in the back of the leg, and again into that hip that we're just working on. And coming back, we're going to bring that knee in, placing the foot down, bringing that leg forward, and crossing the foot onto the other side. Making ourselves tall, circling with opposite arm, inhaling up, making ourselves tall here, exhaling back, placing that hand down to the back, looking towards the back of the room, lifting from the waist, shoulders away from the ears. And slowly come back. Uncross the leg. Let's shake them again. And let's do Tadasana. So we just, again, with feet forward, legs forward. And feet flex, inhaling. Exhale. Forward bend. Again, reaching wherever we can today, as long as that back is nice and straight. Okay, before we go totally to our back, let's do fish pose. So we're going to point those feet forward. We're going to bring ourselves down, arms to the side, onto the elbows. And my hands are about under my hips, here by my hips. And I'm going to lift up those hips. Bring my head back. Lift the hips. And try to reach, so bringing those shoulders away from the ears, and now try to bring the top of the head down to the mat. So your hands might slip a little bit towards the upper thigh, that's fine. I'm not sure, I hope you can see me. Or I'm not disappearing to the side. Let me come a little bit further. So the head is down, top of the head down to the mat, looking back. And then let go down. Woo! That feels good. All right, so for the next 5 minutes, we'll do some easy side stretch, some windshield wiper happy baby, and then I'll give you 5 minutes rest into corpse pose as we started with some gentle music and rest time and just a bit meditative pose. So we're gonna do a side stretch first. So let's extend our arms to the side and bring our knees up. Let's cross our right leg over the left, completely as if we're sitting cross-legged. And then we are going to scoot our hips to the right and bring the knees to the left as we look to the right, over the right shoulder, making sure the shoulders stay on the mat and breathing into it. And then we're going to scoot back to the middle, keeping the legs crossed as they were. But we're going to raise them and towards our chest as we bring our hands on the shins and hug our chest, hug into our chest with the legs crossed. You can also bring them on your ankles and separate your feet a little more, stretching them to the side. That feels good. So I'm sure you can feel it in that right hip. Just a little extra here. An extra stretch in the hips. And let it go. Placing the feet down, bringing the arms to the side, uncrossing the leg, adjusting the back onto the mat. Let's go to the other side. So we're going to cross the leg over the left over right, scooch to the left, bring the knees to the right, look over the left shoulder. Breathe into it. This is great after everything we've done. The final stretch. And then we're going to bring the feet back to the middle, scooch the hip back, Bring the knees up, place the hands on the shins, and give yourself a hug, legs across, tight hug here. Again, if you want to place the hands on the feet and spread them apart, you'll feel it a little more into the hip. All right. And slowly uncross and bring the feet down. Bring your arms again wide to the side. Leave those knees touching and let's inch your feet to the edges of the mat. We're going to do what we call windshield wiper. We're going to let the knees fall to the right as we are looking towards the opposite side over the shoulder. And then inhaling, bring the knees back together, center, and let them fall to the left. And as our chest kind of moves towards the other side, looking towards the other side. So this is a real easy, relaxing stretch. Just bring the knees together on the inhale and just let it fall. Let the body move the way that it does naturally into the windshield wiper movement. But making sure that we are breathing into it as we inhale, bring the knees together and exhaling on the side as we are going to let the knees fall to the side. Let's do a few at your own pace, just really lazy, easy movement. And let go of tension as you exhale each time. When you get to the right next time, the knees to the right, I'm going to let you give you a couple seconds to reach there. So we're on, our knees are to the right, our arms are still extended. We're going to bring the right foot on top of the left, the outside of the left knee, and give it a little pressure there. And you're going to feel it all the way to the hip and alongside the back to the armpit. This is a beautiful stretch here. And then we're going to uncross it. Bring the knees back together. Let's go to the other side, left. We're going to do the same thing with that left ankle. That left foot on top of the outside of the right knee. And give it a little pressure here, a little extra stretch. And inhale. Bring it back to center, uncross the leg. Bring the knees to your chest. Give yourself a hug, side to side, massaging the back. And then bringing the feet up, keeping those knees deeply bent. Reach inside the leg or outside, however you want to do your happy baby. Keeping the torso down, and then grab onto the sole of those feet. Extending the legs to the side. And massage your back with your happy baby. Just let it go side to side, gentle rock. Does that feel good? And I'd like to give you a 5-minute shavasana. So let's bring the feet together and then placing the feet down. Then let's get the sole of our feet together as we are opening our knees to the side, making sure that our low back is down. Bringing our arms comfortably apart with the palms up. So this is a reclining butterfly. I'd like to start Shavasana like this. You can also place the left hand onto the heart and the right hand onto your belly to feel your breath as you expand into your hand on your inhale and contract into the spine on your exhale. Let's take a few breaths in our reclining butterfly. Closing our eyes. Again, clearing our thoughts, being here in the moment, not worrying about later, earlier, tomorrow, yesterday, just being here in the moment. You've earned your moment, you've earned this, so preparing for our rest section of this practice. So let's bring those legs long. Again, letting those feet flop to the side, comfortably apart, arms comfortably apart, palms up, closing our eyes and breathing. No thoughts. Relaxing the toes, the feet, the ankles, the calves, the knees, thighs, hips, belly, chest, shoulders, arms, forearms, wrists, hands and fingers, neck, back of the head, top of the head, facial features, the spot between your eyes, keeping your eyes closed, breathing, concentrating on the spot between your eyes. And sinking into the mat. Let the body be heavy. can start wiggling your toes and stretching your feet to the front of the room as you bring your arms up and overhead and give yourself a deep, long stretch. And when you're ready, bring your knees in, your arms in, and turn to your left side into fetal pose. And when you're ready again, gently, slowly, bring yourself back up to seating. And I will read the thought of the day. Actually, it's not really today, but it's a good thought, so I picked it up. Happiness is the meaning and the purpose of life, the whole aim and end of human existence. Aristotle. Every struggle is eased by laughter. I am never left to struggle alone, unless by choice. Today would be joyful and eventful if I lived in the laughter. Thank you so much for joining me, everyone, today. Namaste.